Now then, David and Sally Abel hit the headlines in February last year after their cruise ship was quarantined off the coast of Japan due to an outbreak of coronavirus.
Well, before we speak to David and Sally, let's take a look back at what happened.
In February 2020, as COVID-19 began to grip the world, the Diamond Princess cruise ship was docked in Yokohama, Japan, when passengers were told they would need to quarantine on board the vessel. Despite passengers being confined to their cabins, coronavirus spread rapidly throughout the ship, eventually infecting over 700 people. David and Sally Abel were among the 74 UK passengers on board and began to document daily life on the ship by posting videos online, which attracted worldwide attention.
The captain has made the announcement. We are now officially in quarantine.
After 10 days of isolation in their cabin, David and Sally tested positive for coronavirus.
We are both positive for the virus.
David's condition quickly deteriorated, and the couple were transferred to a Japanese hospital where they were treated for COVID-19 and pneumonia. Having spent 7 weeks away, David and Sally were grateful to finally touch down on UK soil on the 13th of March 2020, just days before the first national lockdown.
And we're joined now by David and Sally. Good morning to both of you.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Lovely to talk to you. When you look back at that and that experience, and I know that you still have people who follow you online now, looking back, how do you feel? What was that like?
It's all memories. That's brought it all straight back, certainly to me, just watching that clip. But it's surreal looking back at it now. Yeah. So long ago, but it wasn't pleasant by any standards.
No, and also what's extraordinary about it is that you were some of the first British people to test positive about a virus that was relatively new. We didn't know much about it. What do you think was the scariest point for you two as a couple?
Not knowing what was going to be happening for me.
And not knowing if we were going to be split up. Because if one of us had been positive and the other not, we would have been split up, one in hospital and one on the ship.
Well, extraordinarily, I mean, and I know that, David, you were very poorly, actually, but whilst you were poorly in a Japanese hospital, you bought a narrowboat.
I did indeed.
So, I mean, this is obviously fantastic, positive, forward thinking, that things will get better here, and we're all going to be fine. And is it the fact that the pair of you just can't keep your feet on dry land?
No, it's not quite that. We needed something. I needed something to look forward to in that hospital. You know, we looked out of the window in our hospital room, and it was a brick wall. So we both love water. We've had narrowboats before, and I made the decision. I said, let's buy a boat. And there it is on the screen. Beautiful little boat, 47-foot length.
She's a beauty. Yeah. The thing is, Sally, like, lots of people are being very tentative about their plans this year, sort of staying local or sort of thinking, oh, you know, travelling away abroad is a bit dodgy at the moment, I don't know what to do. Not you two, though, especially sort of the experience you had on a cruise ship. You'd understand if you were a bit tentative and think, oh, we might leave that for a bit, but that's not what you're doing.
No. He is inclined to book things and tell me after he's done it, but he has. We have booked several cruises, yeah.
How many?
We did have 7 booked up till 48 hours ago.
But 2 have been cancelled.
3 have been cancelled in the last 40.
So is this the tactic, is it? It's to obviously get your names in for the moment that the cruise industry, which has been decimated by this. You see those beautiful cruise liners anchored off the coast around the country, just waiting for it all to open back up again. And so is that what you're doing? Let's get our names down, and then that one drops off, and then we get a bit further, and then that one drops off. So eventually we're going to be able to go.
No, not quite, because these cruises I've had booked for the best part of 9 months.
Yeah, some of them have been rolled over from last year, which we obviously couldn't do.
Yeah.
It's a way of life, Phil. Way of life.
It's a way of life, and you're not worried about it. It hasn't put you off.
Why would we be worried?
No.
You know, with the vaccination, that's a serious question. I'll give you a serious answer. You know, with the vaccinations, we are 100% behind that, supportive of it, and we both had our first vaccine. We've got the second one booked in for a few weeks' time, and I believe that that is the answer, as well as what the cruise ships are doing for health and safety of passengers. It's going to be, in my opinion, one of the safest forms of vacation that we could ever want.
What's your criteria? What are your terms? What do they have to do to make you feel like it's going to be OK?
I would certainly want to be checked, them checking me before I get on the ship.
Yeah.
So in the cruise terminal, not just a temperature taken, but maybe a quick test. I'd want that for every passenger. Plenty of antibacterial hand washing facilities, not just in the staterooms, but widespread over the ship. No buffet service as we've ever known it before. So in other words, the passengers not to be helping themselves, but for the ship to have an officer or one of the stewards.
I think this will happen. This will happen, definitely.
Yeah.
It's those safety measures that are going to be really important.
In the last 10 seconds that we've got, where's the first place you want to go?
We want to see the Northern Lights.
Yeah.
What a perfect
Me
dream.
too,
I love
me
the fact
too.
you say life is for living, and that's exactly what you're doing.
Good for
Thank you,
you
guys.
two.
Thank
Good
you
to see
very
you doing
much.
so well.
Lovely to talk to you.
Take care. Bye.